What's up, everybody? I thought I'd do a quick rundown on how I've built this, building this Mazda Rx8 burnout car. So I'm not going to cover everything, just the basics. Some people have asked, so I thought I'd give a quick rundown. So I guess we'll look at the bodywork first. Got an R-Magic replica front dam and front spring setup is all factory. Just got the old frickin' chainsaw out, gave them a cut. The rear is coilover, tine, but had to cut them as well because coilovers don't seem to go very low on these. So first of all, let's get to the back. Probably wondering why we're going to the back. It's because this is where the radiator sits, fuel tank. So yes, that is a boat tank. I've run this for many years, probably 18 years in this car, and actually all the running gear is from this car, the K25, that I campaigned for 18 years. So had no issues with scrutineering, and they're all certified as a fuel cell, so why not? Light, compactable, and it works. So here's a return in there, got a surge tank. I think that's probably 3-5 litres, running 2 Bosch pumps. Got a lift pump stashed down there, and a lift pump stashed in there. Copper series 4 or 5 radiator with Rx8 fans, and it seems to do the job well because rotors are prone to heat up fast, especially for doing burnouts. Excuse me. So yeah, I run 98 pump gas BP with Caster Penrite oil as my premix, and I've had no issues. I think it's the best premix I've ever used, as it burns so clean. So that's pretty much the rear end. What's going on in the back? So with the water, it's all transferred by a Davies Craig water pump, which hasn't let me down yet, so that's pretty good. Here's our fuse box, battery. ECU is a G4 Atom, which is stashed in there. Pretty basic, but it does the job. So one thing to setting this car up is being clutch. I'll show you that once we enter the engine bay. But I've had the bro make me a remote setup. So we used the factory mount, and he made a bracket, and we put the master at the bottom, so it's all gravity fed. Damn, it works a treat. There is a bit of an issue when you're priming them up, but once it's done, it's done. So getting to the engine side of things, the brakes, you all know, are now 323 slotted. Also, brakes in the rear, so there is no brakes in the rear. It is, you can see it, but they're not hooked up, so they've all been disconnected. So I will later date run a hydraulic handbrake, just for shits and giggles really. But the lines are all inside. There's one of them there, there's another one somewhere lurking. But yeah, the handbrake still works, which is good. I think it's the first skid car I've owned with a handbrake. So yeah, rear brakes all disconnected. The diff is standard, axles are standard, and they too, the diff will be locked hopefully very soon. So let's get into the party side of things. So Series 5, Burnie B, Bridgeported turbo. The bridge ports on this are freaking huge. Probably over exaggerated huge, but hey, it is what it is. Now what I was saying about the clutch, as you can see, because the Series 5 actually stick out real far from the manifolds, and there's no room for the clutch. So yeah, that's why the remote setup has been made. And Willwood, trying to find a Willwood setup for this when you don't want to alter everything else, it's just a headache. So that's what I've done. The tunnel's been wham bam, thank you ma'am. So the accelerator actually runs inside the firewall and run cable. So that's it. So yeah, it's got a 3-puck pedal clutch, 12-pound flywheel, billet flywheel, and the turbo. So this is actually from, so it's a Garrett. It's got the larger exhaust wheel on it, but what? Yep, XR6 turbo. Done nothing to it. So I'm running the water coolant and oil as you do, and it hasn't let me down yet. So yeah, the exhaust is, as you can see, straightforward, 2-inch inlet. Now with the kink in it, there's been no difference with tuning. Actually probably a little bit better for stirring up air. Also I have water injection, which I made myself. I just used a Snow Performance pressure switch which runs inside the cab, and yeah, so yeah, oil cooler and intercoolers all at the front now. So that's pretty much a quick rundown of the side of things. So the mounts, so originally the brothers who owned this before had a 13B bridge in here, so they mounted it to the front. So I've just run off that, so I've got 12A cover on the front there and plumbed it in. So underneath, so the gearbox is HC loose V6 box with a Series 5 bell housing, carbon fibre drive shaft from factory of these, and it all matched up. And funny enough, it's all the same length as this. So if I have issues with that drive shaft, I can put my steel one in, no worries. So that's basically a quick rundown of this car. Yeah, it's got a roll cage, it's actually bolted but also welded. So yeah, it's just the basics. It's only a skid car and skid car in a car. And yeah, I don't think there's much else you want to know about these things. But it's simple, it's effective. So horsepower at the wheels is, well, it's 300 in this. So power to weight ratio was 370, I think. But yeah, and that was at 9 pounds boost and 7,000 RPM. So heading back to the dyno, because I have changed exhaust manifold. So yeah, it alters your tune apparently, and have changed to a 3/8 intake fuel line. So it's got more fuel getting into those injectors now, so it runs a little rich at the moment. Other than that, it's yeah, has been a bit of a headache trying to set all that up because of these manifolds. So I fully suggest if you're going to do this conversion, you'd want to go Series 6 all day, every day, because the manifolds hug the engine better and you can leave your clutch where it is. So body work, yeah, it's all been done by myself. Hand cut digicamo and airbrushing inside the digicamo. It's a bit dirty. So the wheels at the front, rotiform 6s, 19s by 8. The back, Forum Suzuka's 1810.5s, custom dipped as well, Bari Automotive. Knuckles have been cut, shortened, can't really get in there at the moment, but yeah, we cut them by 20 mils, so we've got more lock. again for shits and giggles. And yeah, that's about it. And there's just some panel beating going on down here. Yeah, I had a bit of a twack. Yeah, I hope you find this interesting or boring, but if you have any questions, again, drop your comments below. And hopefully have this finished soon. I'll spin it around this weekend, finish the bodywork, put the passenger seat in, and then dyno time. If it survives the dyno, we'll be out to do some testing. So I hope you enjoy this. Take care. Peace out.